Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be reviewing a few Dossier scents. So this video is in collaboration with Dossier. You guys know the drill by now. I've worked with them for a long time. I love this company. I absolutely love promoting them because I feel like they offer such good quality fragrances at a fraction of the cost of the fragrances that they are trying to recreate. And they do it in a way where you're not cutting back on the quality. They smell amazing. Literally the only difference between these fragrances and the higher end versions is just the brand. Sometimes you pay for the name of a fragrance more than just like the quality of it. I have a nice little collection of Dossier fragrances going right now. Let me know if you guys will be interested in a rating fragrances type of video, like me rating my favorite to least favorite fragrances that I've gotten from Dossier. I would definitely love to make that video, so let me know in the comments. But today I have a few more fragrances to review for you guys, and one of these scents has become one of my favorite scents. I am so invested in this perfume, and I'm so happy to have found it at a fraction of the cost without having to purchase the high-end version, which is like hundreds of dollars more. Dossier also has a risk-free program where you can go onto their site, pick out 5 fragrances of your liking. You can try out all of the fragrances before actually committing to them, and whichever bottles you don't like, you can ship back to them within 30 days, no questions asked. From what I've seen of their website, their products don't really surpass the $59 mark, so everything on there is well under $100, and yet they are recreating fragrances that could be $400 plus. And on top of all of that, they have a bunch of bulk deals. So if you buy 3 perfumes, you get 10% off. If you buy 4, you get 15% off. And if you buy 5 or more, you get 20% off. And on top of all of that, you can also get an additional 10% off by using my code Ksenia10. Oh, and one more thing, they also have candles. So they literally have candles of some of your favorite perfumes on there. So if you are a huge candle lover, which I know a lot of you guys are, you can check them out for that as well. With all that being said, let me show you guys these amazing perfumes that I got this month. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get into these reviews. Come here, you want to say hi? You wanted to be here. Come here. I want to show him to you guys, but he's so big I can't pick him up. Mochi, say hi. Look at the camera, Mochi. Oh, thank you, Mama. Please ignore my hideous dog talking voice. If your voice doesn't go up 15 octaves whenever you're talking to your pets, you don't love them. All right, let's officially get into these fragrances. So I'm gonna leave my favorite for last, and that perfume is literally like my favorite perfume right now. So if you are new, your fragrances will come packed like this. You get your fragrance of choice, and then you also get a card that tells you all the information about the fragrance, like the notes, which fragrance it's inspired by, the concentration, literally everything you need to know about the fragrance. So the first fragrance is actually not a perfume, it's a cologne. So if there's any guys watching me and you don't want to spend hundreds on your cologne, they also have colognes at a fraction of the cost inspired by some of your favorite high-end brands. So if you missed my last Dossier video, I will link that up here. But in that video, I reviewed the fragrance that's supposed to be inspired by Dior Sauvage, and that was absolutely amazing. After that video, I gave that to my brother, and he is loving on it. But I wanted to test out one more cologne that is also a very popular scent that I feel like most men use. So this is called Citrus Ginger, and this is inspired by Chanel Bleu de Chanel, the Eau de Toilette version. So this has top notes of peppermint, lemon, ginger, middle notes of vetiver, pink pepper, nutmeg, and base notes of sandalwood, incense, and cedarwood. So as I said in my last video, I'm not that knowledgeable on colognes as I am in perfumes, just because I don't wear colognes. Obviously, notes are all the same in perfumes and colognes, but they're a little bit different when it comes to colognes, so it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint what. I mean, I can definitely smell the woodiness in these scents, but this is absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure my husband has owned the Chanel fragrance at one point. Max, what are you doing? So I am very familiar with this fragrance, and it smells so good. Like, so good that I almost want to wear it. And I don't know how to go into depth about explaining colognes, so all you need to know is this smells super good. It smells super sexy. It's kind of on the fresher vibe. I felt like Dior Sauvage was a little bit sweeter, which I absolutely love. This one has more of like a citrusy, upbeat vibe to it with a ton of woodiness in the base, and that incense is just so good. Like, it definitely smells like a hot boss kind of man, you know what I'm saying? So that is Citrus Ginger, inspired by Chanel Bleu de Chanel. the eau de toilette. Now let's get into the actual perfume. So like I said, I'm saving the best for last, so wait for that one. But this next scent might kind of shock you a little bit, because this is actually a scent that I've said in the past I don't like, because I always felt like the fragrance that this is supposed to be inspired by, it always just gave me too much patchouli, and you guys know how I feel about a strong patchouli vibe in fragrances. It's kind of hit or miss with me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. If it's too like overpowering, then I kind of try to stay away. But lately I've been in this mood of exploring fragrances that I used to not like, just to see how I feel about them. And I feel like Dossier is a perfect way to go about what I'm trying to do, because instead of going and actually purchasing those fragrances that I don't know how I feel about, you can get them at a fraction of the cost without feeling as guilty, because these are like $29 in comparison to like 100 plus, however much the originals are. So this is Fruity Brown Sugar, and this is inspired by YSL Mon Paris. So I have said in previous videos that I wish I got what everyone got out of that scent, which is that it's supposed to be super berry-like and like strawberry, but then also really, really sexy. And I felt like I never really got that. I felt like I would always just get way more patchouli than any fruitiness in it. But I have actually been wearing this scent and I'm really liking it. It actually doesn't give me that much patchouli, and this smells amazing. I can definitely smell the patchouli, but it's way more smooth in this. And I don't know, like I haven't smelled Mon Paris in a really long time, so I'm not really sure. Maybe if I smell it now, it would be a little bit more appealing to me than what it was when I didn't like it. But smelling this, I'm like, this actually smells like amazing. Enough for me to wear. I used to not even want to spray that perfume on me because the amount of patchouli in it would give me a headache. This smells absolutely amazing. It smells so, so sexy. I totally get the raspberry in here, which is my favorite note, one of my favorite notes of all time. So this has top notes of bergamot, raspberry, and pear, middle notes of jasmine, orange blossom, and brown sugar, and base notes of patchouli, amber, and vanilla. Those notes are amazing, and I honestly smell them a lot more in this. If I pick out like the top notes that I smell more than anything, it would definitely be the raspberry, brown sugar, jasmine, and orange blossom. I love those florals. Like, even though I'm not the biggest floral fan, those are two florals that I can handle very easily because I really like how they smell. I definitely smell the patchouli, but it's very smooth. It's not pungent and it's not like hitting me in the face. And then the amber vanilla, I absolutely love in this as well. So yeah, this is really sexy. This reminds me a lot of the Tease Candy Noir by Victoria's Secret, which I've recently been smelling because I was in Victoria's Secret a few days ago and I was just smelling all the perfume testers, and that perfume smells a lot like this, and I actually liked it, but I felt like the patchouli was a little strong in that one. I feel like this is just like a better version of what I hoped Mon Paris would have smelled like. I don't know. I haven't smelled Mon Paris in a long time, so maybe I have no idea what I'm saying, but I really, really, really like this. It literally is fruity brown sugar. Like, it's very sweet, very fruity, but it has this dark, mysterious vibe to it. And I'm guessing that's coming from the patchouli, but it's done in a really good way in this. So, all right. And now for the absolute best scent discovery ever. This has been in my rotation constantly. I don't think it's gonna leave it for a really, really long time, because I think I just discovered one of my favorite scents. This smells so, so good. And I had never looked into this fragrance house, like the fragrance that this is inspired by. I've always heard of it, but it was kind of more of like a niche, higher end brand. So I'm like, whatever. But now I'm like, maybe I need to look into this because this smells incredible. This is called Woody Peony, and it is inspired by Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique. I was kind of a little scared by the fact that it was Fleur Narcotique, because I was like, is this gonna smell smoky? I don't know how I feel about that. Smoky scents don't always do that well on my skin, but guys, this is incredible. This is probably one of the most feminine smelling perfumes I have ever smelled. It smells like femininity in a bottle, but like times 1,000. It's so, so good, and all I want to do is wear this. It smells like a woman that has it all together. She has like a 50-step skincare routine. I don't even know where I was going with that because the way this smells just completely made me lose track. This perfume is so like intoxicating. Like, I smell it and I'm like, wow. Okay, let's get into the notes before I completely just draw a blank on this video because I keep going off track Okay, my dog keeps wanting to move the camera. He's currently licking my legs. This has top notes of peach, lychee, bergamot, freesia, with middle notes of jasmine, orange blossom, peony, and white flowers, and base notes of musk, oak moss, and woods. So this definitely belongs in that chypre kind of family. Something about this reminds me of, not that they're dupes, but it kind of gives me a vibe of Chloe Nomad, which I love. And Chloe Nomad is also belonging to that chypre kind of family. I believe that also has oak moss, but not in a way that makes it smell super green or like mossy and just like dirty. It's not that at all. It just, I don't know. There's something so captivating about this scent and I can't pinpoint what it is. It's just such an alluring scent. It smells so expensive. And I mean it is. Well, not this. This is only $39, but the perfume this is inspired by is about $355. So I will definitely not be going that route anytime soon. And judging by all of the Dossier fragrances that I have in my collection, and some of these are perfumes that I've smelled. Actually, a lot of them are perfumes that I've smelled, like either in stores or I've had them in my collection, and every single one of them has been like 100% similar to the inspired fragrance. So that makes me think that this is probably no different, even though I haven't smelled Fleur Narcotique, but this is beautiful. I don't think that it's polarizing. I feel like it's pretty crowd pleasing, even though there's a uniqueness about it. Like, I've never smelled a scent like this, but it's absolutely captivating me right now. Like, this is so good. My husband also really loved this, which is like the cherry on top. I wore it out to dinner, and as we were walking down the stairs, I was in front of him, so you know, I was leaving that amazing trail, and he was at the top of the stairs and he was like, "You smell really good," and I'm like, thank you. Honestly, if I could recommend, like, out of all the Dossier scents that I have right now, Woody Sage and Woody Peony, which is kind of funny because they're both woody. As you can tell, I really love woody scents. Woody Sage is inspired by wood sage and sea salt. I talked about it in my last video, and they're two completely different vibes, but those are my top two recommendations based off of what you want. If you want a really fresh scent, go for Woody Sage, and then if you want a super feminine, captivating, sexy, amazing woody floral scent, go for Woody Peony. But even if you're not a huge floral lover, I feel like you will love this scent. Like, it's not too much of anything. It's absolutely stunning. So that concludes today's video. I hope you guys like these scents. As always, leave me in the comments which are your favorite Dossier scents that you've tried. Let me know if you guys would be interested in like a ranking video of like all the Dossier scents that I've tried, like what are my favorites to least favorites type of thing. Leave me all of your opinions and requests in the comments. I would love to hear those. But that is it for me today. Thank you again to Dossier for sponsoring today's video. And if you are interested in any of their scents or any of the scents I talked about today, don't forget to use my code Xenia10 for 10% off at checkout. And with all that being said, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!